Well, hey pals, Peeps here, bringing a little follow-up video from the Hobby Palooza, and we have a dance party, community dance party happening outside my window as we speak. So if you're getting a little hankering to dance, that's because the rest of the people in my neighborhood are out dancing. YouTube. All right, let's get right to it. In today's episode, I want to shout out a couple of hobby pals that I got to spend some great time with over the weekend as a very humbled guest on a Hobby Palooza show, one that Adam and Dylan, Adam Splendid Sports and Dylan Double D Vintage, put on for their Turn Back the Clock show. Anyway, very honored to be asked to be on that show. Great show, Turn Back the Clock. And I put out some cards here to kind of shout them out. So Adam over at Splendid Sports and Dylan over at Double D Vintage put on a show called Turn Back the Clock. And during Hobby Palooza, they put it on their network as sort of a content showcase, and I was humbled and honored, like I said, to be invited to be on the show. It was awesome. I had a great time. Tried to have some laughs and goof it up a little bit, but anyway, I put out some cards here to sort of shout them out. This is a card that they made modeled after the 1951 Topps game, and I believe it's signed here. I think this is a Double D signature. I don't have a signature from Adam though. Adam, I'm fairly new to because I'm terrible at YouTube, and but I'm catching up. What's great about this is that you get connected through people in the hobby, and it's amazing. And now I have a whole backlog of amazing content that I'm currently catching up on from Adam over at Splendid Sports. So that's fantastic because I'm always looking for more things to listen to when I'm doing other things or watch or both. When I'm working in the studio or at my desk. It's perfect, and so been catching up on Splendid Sports. Big shout out, and of course Double D Vintage I've been familiar with for a little while now. The enthusiasm cannot be topped. It is tops of the tops. All right, so I brought out a couple of cards just to sort of shout them out. Just wanted to show Adam, this is the 1986 Fleer Bill Walton that was pack pulled. All of these 86 Fleers that I own, I'm fortunate enough to own from childhood, and sent a bunch of them off, a handful of years ago. And the Bill Walton came back in 9, which is amazing. Let me show the back. I also ended up with a couple of Dennis Johnsons in a 9, a bunch of 8s, and no 10s. Not a single 10, but I had sent off, I don't know, probably 24 cards or so. And then I thought Double D, Dylan, would appreciate this 2020 Shohei Ohtani Black. I've shown this once before. But black, of course, is numbered, in this case, to 69. The anniversary year of Topps. And this one I got, I don't know, maybe two and a half years ago. Something like that. And that maybe I need to put that in a double D slab. All right, here we go. Part 2 a little mail day from your best pal and mine, our best pal, Shane, over at Shoebox Legends. He says, "Hey pal, just a few cards I had laying around for you. Meet you down by the docks this summer, Shane." Now, the docks down in New Bedford is what Shane's referring to, and there is a rope that hangs, often is seen sort of up onto one of the docks down there. And if you know which rope to look for, you pull on the rope at the bottom of that rope in the bay there in New Bedford, the port, if you will. Sometimes you can pull up some baseball cards that are in brown bags. Don't ask me how it works. We discovered it one day, and we keep going back every year, and every year it seems to deliver. And I can't explain the details, but that's just how it rolls. So if you're ever in New Bedford, start tugging on those ropes. Correction, it's not always the rope. Sometimes you get a brown bag from a mysterious man in a cape. Now that I think of it, I think I got one from an ice cream lady once. Alright, so Shane was kind enough to send a couple of team bags full of fun here, and I think we've got to see what's up. I see some ComC slips, which is foreshadowing of the ComC crumple, which I'll try to capture as best as I can on microphone. We lead off this team bag with a 2018 Panini Prism World Cup Thomas Muller. Muller's one of my favorite players in the world. He's a crafty veteran at this stage, and still playing for Bayern Munich, and has a World Cup title under his belt. So this one is a home run. I do not have this base card, so that's fantastic. We got a Luka Modric from the same set, Croatian national hero and huge player for Real Madrid. Incredible career. Similar to Muller, is probably going to be retiring fairly soon here. But they're both kind of still pretty good, and definitely they're helping their teams. Next, we've got a Virgil van Dijk. This is a Match Attacks Gold. Not real familiar with the Match Attacks set, but this is a UEFA Champions League Match Attacks Virgil van Dijk, and Shane knows that I'm a big fan of Virgil van Dijk. Next, we have a Garrett Crochet. This is awesome because Shane knows I have a mini collection of big high leg kicks. I call it the big high leg kick collection, and I need to show that one day along with some of my other sort of mini collections. And I don't know if you guys do that. I have a long-standing gum card collection where sometimes I say that the gum has to stick or it will not stick in the collection. And that's true. If the gum doesn't stick, it's not going to stick. But the big high leg kicks, however, the big high leg kicks kick their way into my mini collection just like this one. So this is perfect, Shane. Thank you. This is awesome. Next, we've got an SP Kirill Kaprizov, which is perfect for my Wild Z Folio. I've got a Minnesota Wild Z Folio going, and I definitely don't have this one. And look at this. We've got a blue. So you've got the base on the right, the blue on the left. Kirill the Thrill, they call him up here. That is awesome. I love side-by-sides in the folios as well. A lot of times I like to get 3, so this might lead me to look for a third if it exists. How about Jumbo Joe in a sunburst? I think that's what they call these. Rainbow color wheel. My mistake. But look at the shine on the OPC Platinum Rainbow Color wheels. This is a fantastic parallel. And Jumbo Joe shown here with the Sharks. I used to go to Sharks games in San Jose when I lived in the Bay Area. And this is awesome. This is absolutely awesome. I have a little mini collection of Jumbo Joe. Going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer. That's going to go on the board. Capture some of that shine. Look at that. Beauty. All right, next we've got a Miguel Sano from the Prism baseball set. Miguel Sano, who is now playing with Double D's Angels. I don't know how he's faring this year. I think he's doing all right. I don't know if he's playing first base. Dylan can let me know. Fill me in. Miguel Sano in the Prism Red. That is super cool. And we've got some COM-C slips just to crumple up, perhaps. Oh, I see. They go with these. Never mind. Here we go. This is interesting. Not that everything else hasn't been interesting. However, Shane has landed me some 1928 Players Association Cup cards. And this is super cool because, well, these cards are almost 100 years old. So we have the Association Cup winners, Sheffield. I don't know if you can see that. This is Sheffield United. They've sort of been up and down between the Championship and the Premier League. Lately, that is, but, you know, this team goes back well over 100 years. And this card's from 1928. Just look at how sick that is. And I do not have any of these, Shane. I do have some John Player and Sons cards, but I do not have any of these. And I love Championship or Cup, you know, big moments. And this is so cool because these are all Cup winners. We've got Newcastle over here. Let's see, what year? Okay, so these are from the same year. These are all from okay, I think I've got it now. These are all from 1928, but they're referencing Cup winners of yesteryear, even back then. So we have Sheffield United's Cup title in 1918. We've got Southampton, another team that's currently kind of up and down between the Championship and Premier League. Cup winners in 1909. Very small print. Maybe that's a 2. Anyway, and then we've got Newcastle. Cup winners 1911. But how beautiful are these? These are just fantastic. And he's got them in the little insert, you know, the sleeve insert that holds them kind of in the center, which is nice for, you know, display or, you know, showing the cards. How cool is that? Oh my God, home run. And we've got, this is also going to be maybe a 20s or 30s. Famous football captains out of, what is it? Oh, maybe he's got the, oh, here it is, the slip. You know, sometimes these slips can be very helpful. Okay, and I will keep one of these with each of these so that I can, you know what they are. The champion, famous football captains, 1922-23. Moses Russell. Vintage soccer, to me, is just this vast well of, in my world anyway, underdiscovered Great stories. So I love this kind of stuff. I will dig into this player here and check out these teams, the cup winners. That is just amazing. So stoked for that. And that's not all. We've got a whole other team bag full of greatness. And this one seems to have torn apart. All right. We got a JD Martinez to 150 at Bowman's Best refractor. Nice shine on that one. JD not finished. Not finished. Still has the bat. And how about this? A Mookie Betts 3D. And what's cool about this is the 2022 Mookie Betts, which I think is maybe his best on-card image. I know the 2018 is very popular, and I understand that it's a great image as well. I think it's a coin toss between this one, and this is one of the on-demand 3D cards that Topps no longer is doing. And this one right here would complete my Mookie Betts run of 3D on demand going back to 2018. That is awesome. Need some more stands. All right, next, this is cool. We have this is from Fleer. I can't remember which set this is. I want to say early 2000s. 2002 Fleer. This is a Dom DiMaggio from their, it's kind of like a Legends set. Dom DiMaggio, my dad was a big fan of the DiMaggios, all three of them, Vince, Dom, and Joe, of course. So he'll really love this little Dom DiMaggio. That is awesome. Of course, he played with Shane's Red Sox. We'll get Dom up. Love that. All right, we've got a OPC Nicholas Backstrom for the Wild Z Folio. Perfect. Definitely don't have this one. And is this first year Backstrom? No, it's not a young gun or anything, but it's going to be an earlier Nicholas Backstrom. Sort of a legendary goaltender in terms of the Wild franchise. We've got a Draisaitl, and this is the foil. So I believe this is an EPAC exclusive where you would get a certain number of the base card and trade those in for a foil. Maybe it was 10 base cards for one foil. That's super cool. Wish they could have won it. Oh, wow, this is cool. We've got a Robert Scott, and this is going to be an Allen and Ginter mini. And this is going to be the Ginter back. How cool is that? The 2010 Robert Scott. Now, Allen Ginter has been including these Negro Leagues players in their releases for probably the past, 15 plus years anyways. I think the first ones were in 2006, so going on 20 years. In 2006, Josh Gibson was in the set, and Shane has actually shown a couple of huge Josh Gibsons from that particular set. But this is Robert Scott, a lesser-known player with a great story, which I urge you to check out. That's super cool because I only have the base, and this is the Allen and Ginter back. Of course, they had different backs, and some of them being, quite scarce, and some of them being a little easier to obtain. And then we've got a Jim Zapp. How cool. A Jim Zapp. Also, well, no, this is also from 2010. Also a Ginter back. Also one I did not have. So that's super cool. This will fit perfectly into... I've got a drawer that I built for my minis. And maybe I'll show off the drawers one day. Oh, cool. And Shane was able to get me a Charlie Peete. Shane did a video on this gentleman. It's an amazing story, a tragic story. But you know, this is a custom card. It just has a St. Louis Cardinal on the back. But there is, this is a custom card of the 57 design. And, how else are you going to get a card of Charlie Peete? Another story that I will let you all dive into. Speaking of stories, this guy's got some stories. How about this? This looks like a Upper Deck game jersey relic of Dino Ciccarelli, perhaps the greatest ever North Star. I mean, Neil Broughton might have something to say about it, but Dino Ciccarelli was a real superstar for quite a while. I guess Mike Modano, although he spent half his career with Dallas, as far as a pure North Star goes, it's going to be tough to beat Dino Ciccarelli. That is amazing. I, certainly don't have anything like this. This is from 2010-11 Upper Deck Series 1. Great language on the back. That's amazing, Shane. Thank you so much. Dino. And Dino's got some stories. And then how about this? A pack of hockey cards. 1999 Upper Deck Retro McDonald's. Now, I'm not sure I know much about these, but we're not going to waste any time. We've got a Saku Koivu, the rookie year. Some nice foil there. I don't know if you can see that. A little bit of foil on the bottom there saying the rookie year, and saying the same thing in French. Next, we have found ourselves a Jose Theodore in kind of a bronze foil. Now, this is terrible video work by me here. It's actually a really beautiful looking card. And it kind of has the feel of maybe like an 85 Topps or something. That design. We got a Peter Forsberg, the rookie year. I see this is like a flashback photo with that amazing Nordiques sweater. It's funny, it's a Nordique sweater with an Avalanche logo here. Of course, they became the Colorado Avalanche. This would be a good one. This Forsberg with the Avalanche here would be a good one for our pal over at Ken's Cardboard. How about another Saku Koivu? Why not? And then a checklist of the set. Stars today and the rookie year. Today's rookies and the great career. So I don't know if that was everything, but that is kind of interesting to look at, to see what was in this 1999 McDonald's, what could be had in these 1999 McDonald's packs. Anyway, Shane, I can't thank you enough. You've been a great friend in the hobby and beyond, and you've introduced me to some really great people like Dylan and Adam, and for those reasons, you get an A+. And really a shout out to the whole community because they've been so kind, and I just appreciate anyone who's coming by. Take care, everybody. We'll see you next time.